Speak Cowboy Nation, the atmosphere is turbulent behind the scenes of the Dallas Cowboys who could lose their RB. Let's tell you everything right now, before you forget to subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the latest news from the Cowboys team. RB is at risk of being cut before the start of the 2024 season. The Dallas Cowboys entered the offseason with several expected franchise changes, but here we are in early May, and little has been done to bolster a roster that lost significant talent on both sides of the ball. Owner Jerry Jones has made it clear that the Cowboys are going all-in 2024 and has decided to sign Mike McCarthy for one more season to see if he can get Dallas past the first round of the playoffs and possibly reach Super Bowl expectations. Hang on. Prescott was in the conversation to be NFL MVP this season and finished arguably the best regular season of his career. The Cowboys entered the wild-card round as 2-point favorites over Green Bay Packers, who have a first-year starting QB and the youngest roster in the NFL. Dak Prescott finished the 2023 regular season ranked in the top 5 in several major categories for NFL QB. He entered Sunday's playoff game against the Green Bay Packers with 4,516 yards, third, 36 touchdowns, first, 9 interceptions and a 72.5 QB rating, second. Although some rolled their eyes when Jerry Jones and company decided to fire Kellen Moore at the end of last season, as he is considered one of the brightest young offensive minds on the rise, head coach Mike McCarthy took charge of the game and the Dallas Cowboys took over. The offense looked elite for most of the year. Finally, Prescott and CeeDee Lamb found the perfect chemistry and emerged as arguably the best quarterback/wide receiver tandem in the league. In addition to Dak Prescott and the explosive offense that averaged 389 yards and 30 points per game and finished with 77 touchdowns in the regular season, the Dallas Cowboys had a defense that finished the season ranked 5th in the NFL. Now, the Cowboys will enter 2024 with more pressure than ever, from the coach to the QB. Instead of extending Prescott to free up cap space to add talent around him, Jones is opting to let his starting QB play out the final year of his contract, fueling much speculation about his future in Dallas. Lamb is ready for a big payday and could hold out until he gets a deal that makes him one of the best players in the league. Dallas lost several key pieces from last year's team, most notably Tony Pollard, Michael Gallup and a few starting offensive linemen on the offensive side of the ball. Pollard's loss cannot be overstated. As it stands, the running back room is headlined by Ezekiel Elliott, who re-signed with the Cowboys after spending a year in New England. Elliott is definitely past his sell-by date, but the 29-year-old showed in New England last year that he can still be a productive player. As the second RB in New England behind Ramondre Stevenson, Elliott still recorded 955 yards of offense and 5 touchdowns. These numbers are especially admirable when you consider how terrible New England's offense was a year ago. Elliott is still one of the best running backs in the game and threw 12 rushing touchdowns for the Dallas Cowboys just 2 years ago. He is still reliable in scoring situations and will boost locker room morale as the Cowboys try to bounce back from another humiliating and early exit from the postseason. In addition to Elliott, the Cowboys signed veteran RB Royce Freeman, who is expected to share carries. The Mike Poland of the Boys blog believes third-year RB Malik Davis has an uphill battle to make the 53-man roster. Davis is already way down on the depth chart, but he's worth mentioning when it comes to the running back position, a position with more question marks, Poland wrote on May 17. The Cowboys' signing of Royce Freeman before the draft was significant for Davis as this coaching staff was uncomfortable with the depth at the position. The addition of Ezekiel Elliott back to Dallas pretty much ended any hope of Davis making the roster, unless due to injury. Davis only appeared in 3 games last fall and didn't receive a single touch. The Cowboys signed him to a reserve/future contract last January, but it definitely feels like he's on the outside looking in. It makes sense, as Freeman and Elliott have significantly more experience than Davis. Although Davis hasn't seen many regular season games, the Dallas Cowboys know his skill level after 2 full seasons. What is your opinion about this? I believe this will be a great season for Dallas, contrary to what many expect, and what do you think? Leave it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of your team's content. Until next time, thank you.